It's a quiet morning for once. I should check on the bridge crew before... Boo! Ah! Gotcha! Scared you, didn't I, Captain? I wasn't scared, just surprised. Manchester, I almost spilt my coffee. You're lucky I didn't punch you. You jumped so high I thought you'd go overboard. Why do you torture me so? What torture? It's just some fun and games. Doesn't look like football. Oh, and I wanted to let you know something as well. Let me know what? That there's Morgana's heading this way. Couldn't you have told me without spooking me? Thought it'd be funnier this way. Come on, let's get stuck in. Sound the alarm and get to stations. Captain, I have a question. I temper my expectations. Should I be worried? Yes, we can get some more whiskey. No, you can't bring dock workers on board for football again. That was one time. It weren't my fault they drank all the booze we had. I just wondered if you knew what a butt for was. Huh? A butt for? Aye, a butt for. What the heck is a butt for? For saying on, of course. You know, you're worse than Ark Royal at times. I try. Why don't you tell the Morganas your jokes? They're not the joking type, but themselves should be good for a laugh. Well, it's fairly quiet today. Hopefully this keeps. Captain? And there that goes. There goes what? Never mind. What is it, Manchester? Well, I had wondered if you wanted to go and talk to Lenny the medic. Does he need more supplies? If it's about the mummy incident, I've already punished those responsible. I hadn't thought about it. Why? Well... I might have put a bucket of ice cold water above the door of his quarters. Manchester... Might have talked him into opening the door and getting soaked. Fine. I'll deal with the sopping wet Welshman. Thanks, Captain. I'll deal with the Morganas in the meantime. Just don't pull any heroics. Ack! Run, lads! Hold up, men. What's the problem? Water pressure in the pipes give? Does the water heater need fixing up again? Hope it's not a spider. Not exactly. She's a bloody peeping Tom. Oh, pipe down. It's not like I got a good look. I was enjoying watching you run away like schoolgirls anyways. Manchester, could you stop tormenting the crew for a while? I can't help it if I'm bored, Captain. Gotta keep my brains active. There's got to be something more productive than spooking the sailors. At least it keeps them on their toes. Speaking of which, there's the alarm. Get dressed and get to stations. This should give you some action, Manchester. Do you think it's too quiet? I don't like this. Any word from the rest of the crew? Nothing, sir. You don't think? Oh. Good day, Captain. Manchester is holding a book. Am I dreaming right now? That doesn't look like a pulp magazine to me. Lenny, you have my permission to slap me to make sure I'm not seeing things. Good eyes, Captain. That's because it isn't. What is that? It's a book, of course. I know, but what's the title? Oh, it's a copy of The Conditions of the Working Class in England. That sounds a lot more dense than I thought you'd be reading. It's specifically concerned with my namesake city. Why wouldn't I read it? I suppose it makes sense. Speaking of sense, I sense some Morganas heading our way. It's a little unsettling seeing you just sitting there, reading instead of pulling pranks. Oh yeah. Well, it's my favourite book. It's quite the edifying read. Is that so? Call me intrigued. What does it say about the working classes? Well, hear about the working class Englishman and his labour movements. It says, in our present society, he can save his manhood only in hatred and rebelling against the bourgeoisie. Captain? Are you sure you're not reading the Communist Manifesto? What was that about manhood? I guess that explains why you're a redhead. Nope, that was Marx. This is Frederick Engels. Both German, so I understand the confusion. I have to say, I'm surprised. I never pegged you for a communist. Marxist, technically, Captain. I would have thought it obvious, Manchester being the city of the working class. Mind working on some Morganas? Love to. I'll show them how we employ the means of destruction. Hey, Captain. I was wondering. There'd better not be a pun at the end of this. Please don't waste more ice water on another bucket stunt. I think I've heard quite enough about Engels on the working class this past week. Well, it's your fault for telling me you were interested. The crew take exemptions at times with your decisions between battles. So, Jazz? Training quabbles. The gunners want more practice with me. Some of the others seem to think there's a discipline problem. Something about the ship's spirit having the run of the place. Manchester. That's your fault. And anyway, they're sailors. Their duty is to follow my orders, even if they don't like them. Just as mine is to keep them a cohesive fighting force. We're a ship of war and we need discipline. Don't I have a say in it? Of course you do. But I'm your captain too. And what I say ultimately goes. That's not very fair now, is it? It is, actually. Was there anything else? Nope. Alright then. Oh, and there's some Morganas incoming. You only telling me now? Captain, if you've got a moment. It'll have to wait. Captain? Not now. It's about medical supplies for the infirmary. Specifically new tweezers and... bandages. Yes, those two. The cook's already told me the freezer needs more ice, and the gunnery officer wants more training with Mank in the schedule. You'll have to wait your turn like everyone else while I get it sorted. What was that about? Lenny needs more medical supplies. The cooks need ice. And the gunnery folks want more training with you. There's only so much time in the day to handle all this. I think I have an idea. You? An idea? I hesitate to ask. Alright, then. Brace yourself, Len. Why not give them control over things? Captain? We'll table this for now. Meet me in my cabin later. So, we're discussing this here? You do realize, as captain, I'm in charge of the ship, right? Aye. And? You can't just hand over control of the ship to the crew. There's got to be some discipline. Captain, they're not savages. Handing any control to the proletariat is always going to be difficult for the bourgeoisie. But it can only improve the conditions of all, starting with the working classes. Did you just get possessed by the ghost of Marx? I had no idea you could use such big words. Next you'll be saying break the bondages of class itself. I mean, it's not that bad of an idea. At least hear me out before you torpedo the initiative. Fine, let's start from the beginning. Well, we'd need to get through quite a lot of theory in order to... Let's pretend I'm up to speed. Later. Oh, thanks, Captain. One problem at a time, though. Organize the ship into unions for different crews and agree equally over decisions. And I get sole authority over battles? Yep. And once they've decided, we'll do whatever they've decided on. Democratic centralism at its finest. I must say... It's a bold plan. It's a risky idea. It's completely bonkers. Bold is my middle name. Or it would be if I had one. At least try it for a bit. I suppose it wouldn't hurt. Great. I'll let everyone know and we'll get right on it after our next battle. I just hope I don't regret this. Don't worry, Captain. They've got communism in the Soviet Union and it hasn't gone tips up there. And that's it. Organize the ship into unions for different crews and agree equally over decisions. Let's deal with the mess in front of us before we go making new ones. So you're sure this will work? Of course it will. Then he's gonna give us a tally and we'll head off and do whatever's been decided on. Let's see what he's got for us. Here you go, Captain. Final tally calls for gunnery practice first, then engine maintenance, then food stocks. Thank you, Lenny. So... a broken clock is right twice a day. Maybe there is something to this communism thing. I have to admit, I'm surprised it worked even this well. Well, of course it did. I came up with the idea. Well, I guess we'll see how well this continues to work. In the meantime, let's head off to do some gunnery drills. Can we do some live drills on Morganas? Because I sense some coming this way. Two birds with one shell, I suppose. New orders from the Manchester crew members party. Did you come up with the name yourself? Could you just say they're from Lenny? He's the one who's delivering them. Forgive me if I don't salute and clank my heels together. He's the messenger, but he delivers their will. Now they say... hold that thought. There's Morgana's incoming. I'll show them for interrupting me. You were saying? crew's looking to take a few days off on land. Why am I not surprised that they want a vacation? Well, we have been out on patrol for a while. That is true. Alright then. A few days ashore and then right back into it. I'm so happy that my idea is working. I still think it might be a fluke, but it's smooth sailing so far. Set a course to the nearest port. Come on, we don't have all day. Let's move. The crew looked a bit sluggish in that last battle. I thought we did fine. Yes, but I think the crew are starting to slack. What makes you say that, Captain? I spotted the gunnery crew at football when they should have been at their stations. The cooks have served nothing but beans on toast for the last few days. One of Lenny's staff prescribed morphine for a headache. Sounds like a joke. I'm sure it'll solve the headache at least. Once more, we haven't had a proper drill in over a week. I'll give you that. I'm gonna have a talk with Lenny. We need to be in top form for the next time a Morgana strikes. At least so I can keep sinking him. Where's Manchester? Where's who? Ah, don't do that. Heh. Sorry, Captain. Couldn't help myself. What's going on with Lenny? Your little Manchester crew members party shindig. Huh? I knew this was going to be a bad idea. It worked for a while, but all good things come to an end. We need some discipline. Maybe now we ought to try fascism. I'm sure we can get things back on track. Well, the crew have been abusing their newfound authority and slacking as much as they can get away with. So, what do we do? First, we deal with the Morganas. Then we deal with the crew. I'll use my bat if I have to. So, Captain. Hmm? So how are we going to sort this out? We could try knee-holing the crew. I could write a sternly worded letter to the party. I could just ignore the next vote. I know what I said about using my bat on him, but that's a bit harsh. We need something to shock them into forgetting about the whole voting thing. How about a few Morgana attacks? Huh? Well, you said they'd been spending too much time relaxing instead of doing useful stuff, right? I see what you're getting at, and I don't like it. What's the worst that could happen? Let's start with those Morganas over there. Into the fray. Captain, we've got more of them coming in. Do you realize the crew is still recovering from the last battle? Well, I wish I had said that a bit sooner, because we're getting in gun range. I know you mean well, Manchester, but the crew is getting run ragged. You're the one who said about wanting to get them sorted out. You could have gotten us sunk if you weren't careful. Getting them in line is one thing, rushing into Morgana's waiting guns is another. I'm beginning to think they would prefer knee-hauling. Oh, come on, Captain. It could have been worse. Besides, they've started chatting about wanting to get training back on the menu. I suppose, still, I want to make sure this doesn't happen again without resorting to throwing them into combat. Oh, take away my fun, why don't you? I know you all meant well, but I think this is time to put this whole party union thing on ice. Sorry, Captain. We'll let it get to our heads. Apology accepted. Now get back to your actual duties. We have to get back up to speed. I'm still disappointed this didn't work, you know. And this is why ships are usually tightly run by their commanding officers. I'm morbidly curious to know what would have happened if this had worked. I wonder if I can add Union Buster to my CV. That's not exactly a badge of honor. Well, regardless, everything is back to normal. Back to bloodying up Morganas then. I spy some nice candidates just over there. You all alright, Manchester? Hmm? Why wouldn't I be? There was a distinct lack of a red-haired peeping Tom in the showers this morning. You've been quiet today. You haven't been reading any pulp novels. You didn't want to run down the last batch of Morganas we fought. Didn't feel much like it. Come on, Manchester. I just thought that maybe one of my ideas could have resulted in something good for the crew. It isn't all bad. Last I heard, the complaints have slowed down. Yeah, but still, I wanted to help. I think I have an idea. Huh? What is it? Take care of these Morganas and I'll tell you. On it. Still waiting, Captain. Let's see you fight as good as you wait. So, what is it you wanted to tell me, Captain? I was just thinking that there might be something else you could do to help. Captain? I was just thinking that there might be something else you could do to help. And what would that be? You could maybe organise the crew into a football team. How about unionising the ship under me to report to the INPF? Maybe ease back on the pranks. I don't know how any Yanks would fare with it. Stuart might be a better bell for that. Wait, I think I have an idea. How about a suggestion box? That's not that bad of an idea, actually. Great. I'll get to work on it. Maybe this time one of my ideas won't go down the toilet. Ta-da! You could have done it in any colour, and you choose red. Is that safe? I think I see a nail poking out of it. Thank goodness you're not a carpenter, or else you'd be fired. You try hammering when a ship's rocking back and forth. Still, I can appreciate the effort. Needs some refinement, but it could maybe work. Of course it'll work. It's my idea, innit? So was the unionization. Yeah. At least I'll be vetting the suggestions. That way any nonsense can be stopped. I'll have something for you to vet once I've finished off the Morganas. Alright, it's been a full day since we put up the suggestion box. Let's see what we got. On it. Please tell me you're responsible for the fish. Did these sailors never learn how to write? Why is there a half-eaten tin of beans here? Guess the cooks didn't get them all? Better than nothing, I suppose. I'm surprised there's so many of these. Just shows how excited they are to give it a go. I suppose the Morganas want to give their suggestions. I've got several rebuttals. I've got to hand it to you, Manchester. This actually might have worked out. Might have. Didn't you have any confidence in it? Can I choose not to answer? 100% confidence? Absolutely not. That's what I thought. Regardless, the suggestions are mostly constructive. Different variety of foods, stopping spooking the sailors in the showers. What's wrong with me spooking the sailors? It's all in good fun. Besides, I know there's a few of them that like it. Just give it up for a bit and see how it goes. Maybe our crew will get closer to 110%. Let's stomp these Morganas down to 0 first. Captain, just wanted to thank you for implementing the suggestions. I don't think I've ever seen the crew so happy. Thank Manchester. She was the one who came up with the idea. 'Twas nothing. In particular, the gunners have enjoyed the new practice schedules. Let's give them plenty of shifts in. How about we test them on some Morganas and see how they fare? Not a bad idea. Good, because I know where to find some. I think they still need a bit more practice. Not bad for a start. I can't believe they're this good already. Next, they'll be able to snipe the hat off Congo. Please don't cause an international incident. Don't worry. I'm sure I can take it off clean. Gunners are improving by the day. The chefs are better stocked with food. No buckets above my door. No missing bandages for pranks. I'm still upset that I've had to ease back on the pranks. I nearly had my cabin burned down thanks to that fake spider you put in there. I'm pretty sure Lenny prefers to stay as dry as possible. The sailors are glad they can enjoy a shower without any temperature changes. A bit of water never killed anyone. Still, I'm glad that one of your ideas ended up working out. Plus it gives the crew some say in what goes down. I feel like a bit of class consciousness. I'm still coming to terms a bit with you being a communist. I fight the same as the rest of the fleet, don't I? Can't argue with that. Care to show off? Always. Oi! Keep your chains to yourselves, you spooky reactionaries. You know, I still wish we could have made it work. Hmm? The unionization of the ship. Maybe if we tried again. Wouldn't it be the same result? I thought we were trying fascism next time. We could try Stalinism where I'm in command. We learned from it, didn't we? Correct the problems. Besides, I'm sure the crew would have behaved better with their newfound experience. Manchester, I appreciate your concern, but I think we're in a decent spot already. Oh, alright. I'll drop it. Thank you, Manchester. Oh, look at the time. I've got to be on my way. What for? Leningrad and some of the other Soviet belles were putting together a discussion on communism. I'm invited. I've been reading and reading since port to study up. Don't fry your brain, Mank. Oh, very funny, Captain. When all's said and done, Mank's fun to have around, even if some of her ideas are out there. Maybe I need a bit more chaos in my life. She's certainly got it in spades. Who put a whoopee cushion on my chair? Mank.